There's like this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why is it downwards treasured sites in Christianity?
All right. Oh, welcome to GoFund, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. That's right. We're rolling up on Cinco de Mayo for my fellow Spaniards, Mexicans. Is it Hispanics? Isn't it Mexico? Mexicans, right? Not Spaniards. Those are the Spanish people, right? It's Mexico. Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May, alcohol, cerveza, a lot of good time, huh? We're gonna have a good time on Cinco de Mayo. When is that, Thursday? Thursday, I just packed myself in to be on Black Lotus Productions right before this show at 8 p.m. Eastern, Thursday. Friday, we're going to be on Alien Attic. Saturday, probably Josh and Artemis show. Fino. Somebody's show over there. I don't know. Maybe something tomorrow. Is something tomorrow going? Am I on something tomorrow? Because if I am, I don't remember it. So message me a reminder, please. Yeah, we're going to talk about abductions. I saw somebody say in the chat, when aren't abductions dangerous? Dangerous and deadly abductions, you bet your asteroid. They're always dangerous. But when do we hear of Little John or Little Susie or Big John and Big Susie getting abducted and murdered? Rarely, if ever, happens. I'm sure it's covered up. They bring in the fringe unit. Yeah, we got their heads are reversed, Sarge. Yeah. I don't know. He's got a penis, she's got a... No, they're not trans. They're not trans, boss. You gotta see it to believe it. There's not even a suture mark. I could tell this guy had a beard. Now she's got a beard. I know John and Susie. They would never... Anyway, we'll talk about the intricacies of an abduction and the psychological effects it has on you. Because I know a lot of you claim to be abducted. And I don't want you to... I'm not trying to... And I would never. But we're going to talk about it a little bit. Because people have been murdered during what looks like... We've talked about it twice before in the last 18 years. We've talked about this. Human mutilations. I shiver to think about it. I swear. I'd give him an uppercut sandwich. All right. If you want to help support the show, super chat, super sticker, and the thanks now. We got all those buttons ready and available. All the links are in the description. If you want to do it outside of YouTube, PayPal, Cash App, buy a drink, a coffee, a nose, whatever. Become a member of the GoFund. Roll call, everybody. Crystal, member Crystal Sarah. Welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Mansour. Welcome to the show. Probably the first time I ever said your name correctly, right? Lisa M in the house. Very photogenic here. We got a lot of hearts, I see. We got a blue one, a grape one, and a green. And there's one for me, the black heart, because I've got a black cold heart. That's fantastic. Very photogenic. Welcome to the show. Hey, yo, whoa, hey, yo, whoa. Dr. Z. Smith, welcome back to the show. How you doing? Coral Ann, welcome to the show. Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan's Hot Dogs, welcome to the show. Member Dorothy Hawkins, welcome to the show. William Bonnie 420, welcome to the show. Max Popcorn 2, welcome to the show to you. Hey Lee, how you doing? Huh? I saw you earlier today on Truth Seekers show. It's good stuff. Talking about David Wilcock. Welcome to the show. I just don't know. V, welcome to the show. Member, the Josh and Artemis show, welcome to the show. Big Bob Little M, welcome to the show. The beautiful one, Felicia Flores, welcome to the show. Member Walt Cobbin here, welcome to the show. Marvindale Likens Jr., welcome to the show. Caroline Barnett. I know, I look like I think I have a big forehead, don't I? That is significant. That's a big... Am I losing? Am I losing the hair war? Nope, I still have. My hair isn't falling out. I think my head just got bigger. It got longer. Right? Look at all that room. That still doesn't compete to a Wilcock forum. I mean, that's a lot of acreage right there. Yeah, I'm not happy. I don't like this. I think I need to... It's getting bigger. I'm trying to grow the hair. It's going to take another year. I'll never be like Lisa M's hair. Or hair like a lot of people here. The Gorilla Gamer member. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get going here. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we'll be here all night, so I can't say hi to everybody. Cookie Monster. Got to say hi to Cookie Monster. There we got the fabulous trio of Cookie and Monster. Mario's Tacos, welcome to the show. AL Warrior, welcome to the show. John Hentz, Euro, welcome. Was that a super chat I skidded over? Where'd you go? There you are. Oh, Black Lotus, you didn't have to do that. And where is your... I wanted to super chat you, and I didn't see the super chat button on your show. I remember I meant to say it a couple shows ago. I thought you were monetized, but... Maybe not yet. Thank you for the... it'll be fun Thursday, BLP. It'll be a really good time. Yeah, we're going to talk about the nitty gritty. Holy mackerel. That's what happens when you chug protein shakes right before the show. That's the first super chat of the day. Mucho gusto, Genero. Thank you, Black Lotus Productions member, BLP, for the $10 super chat, and it will be fun at good. All over Thursday. Mucho gusto, generoso. I think my forehead did that one. I got a big forehead now. I never thought I would have a big forehead. I got a big forehead. It's huge. It's huge. That is as big as Wilcock's. Damn it. Well, maybe I'm going to start hoaxing stuff. Maybe that's what's next in the goof on. Can you imagine? He was talking about David Wilcock. And every time there was like a comment, you hear Steven laugh, and it's just like, I almost got it. I did practice his laugh. I'm going to get it down one of these days. It's not easy. It's an original laugh. I got to give him credit on that one. Hold on a second. As my underwear sticks. Why would my phone just start playing?
By that I mean, if I was to take
That makes no sense. It showed nothing playing. Let's see. It says event was recorded at the front door a minute ago. Now 2 minutes. Something set off the camera and the phone. And I'm looking to see. Hey, Rebecca, $7 on PayPal. Thank you. That just came in. Right? Well, thanks. Appreciate that. That is so weird. I don't see anything that shows a video playing. It just started going off. You know. Forget about me. Yeah, I live in a strange place. Now, people have always asked, do I think I've been abducted? I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't feel like I've been abducted, though. And a lot of people, and I think David Wilcock and many people out there, I've said this before, use their dream or dreams to make these stories. Because he's always coming up with some new way to rip people off. I mean, it's amazing what this guy's doing for the last 20-something years. It really is. He's gone. He did and is doing a 20 and back because he creates something new. And then he comes back once he, oh, it's a hoax. He's ripping everybody off. Let's sue him. Sue him. And nobody sues him. Nobody wants their money back. Nobody's complaining about, he made these claims. And, I thought I was going to have telekinesis powers because that's the thing now. He's got telekinesis powers, I understand. And trying to sell it to people as if it's a real thing, like he just got it, and I think the guest that was on Cambian's show said this. It's like he got a new car or something. He's like, oh, let's see. We went shopping. I got some pizza rolls, some ice cream, telekinesis powers. Those were on sale. He's just like so lackadaisical about it. That's right. I said lackadaisical. It's not lackadaisical. Smart word for the day. Lackadaisical. No S. It's not lackadaisical. It's lackadaisical. Just like supposedly. D-L-Y. Lee fits America. But it is interesting to think that abductions are happening because that's the only thing that keeps me grounded as far as do aliens exist? Here, on Earth, in Earth, around Earth, with us, on Earth, whatever. Sharing the dimension, whatever you want to call it. Because without abductions, I would literally tell you there are no aliens. Yeah, I would say it. There are UFOs. Oh, yeah, there are. But aliens? That's a tough pill to swallow. Considering the videos are really, hokey, mannequin-looky, claymation typey, There's always something wrong with the way alien photos and videos look. They're either too grainy, too dark, too bright, or it was seen by children, 3 5-year-olds saw, Mother Mary in the sky flashing some lights at everybody, and yeah, it's not a magic trick. It's not a trick. No 5-year-olds would do that. They're actually speaking to Mother Mary. See Richard Dolan out there putting up another, what is he doing here? He says, there's a quote on Twitter. The UFO problem is a ticking bomb. Oh, like Owen. The UFO problem is a ticking bomb because a full disclosure of its reality would turn everything upside down. Almost sounds like Wilcock in a way when I do it. Why is the UFO problem a ticking bomb? He's talking like this is something new. Cash App, Crystal Sarasali with a 20. Crystal! CC in the house with a $20 super Cash App donation. That's nice. The Cash App is just like PayPal. They take just 1%. Not like YouTube. Yeah, but I like YouTube. I think it's fun to see it up on the screen. You know, but YouTube, 33%. Thank you, Crystal Sarasali, with a $20 Cash App donation. Hey, go! All over the tube. Grazie. And a continuing supporter of GoFund. Thank you, CC. Anyway, so that UFO sighting, there was that picture from, I believe it was, unidentified S4. Remember that one yesterday? I want to talk about it just real quick. And then we'll get into the, and if, I think, I'm not sure if I'll put the link up to have people chime in. But I want to talk about in a minute the abduction thing. But this, see, now here's a problem I have with the way some debunking goes. And great job by Scott Brown, for doing his due diligence. But your mother's got 19 legs. I wanted the original. Oh, here it is. So this was a picture of a UFO seen above a building, apparently. Right? Over, I don't know, doesn't matter wherever it was. But, Scott says that this is a cropped out this. He says it's there. I asked, where did he, because here's where the picture was taken. So, did it come out up here? Because this can't be it. This is not it. There's a cover on this. It looks nothing like this. See, this is right next to this building. So it's not that one. There's the building. Right? But to me, this doesn't look anything like this. It's similar, but I don't buy it. Look at it. This is really round. And there's two here, one here. Just look at this for a second. Just remember what this looks like. Right? Everything. Just remember this. I'm not saying it's not it. I'm just saying this is the problem with when you debunk. See, you remembered that, right? Now look. This one's a little more oblong. 2, 1, right? Am I right? 2 and a 1, 2 and a 1. So most likely that's it. But it's not perfect. I want to see where Scott got this. Did he get it off Google Earth? I messaged him back. I didn't get a message, but this is the problem when you debunk. For me, it has to be dead on ringer. That's close. And it most likely is the answer. But, hold on. Same exact technique here. And what I mean by cropping is they crop out the light source so you don't know that it's a reflection or a lens flare. So, I don't, I don't think it's debunked. Here he has this cropping out the light source is a common hoaxer method. So this is this, right? Another class method involves snapping a photo into a direct light source and creating a lens flare. This is the lens flare, I guess. This is a lens flare from here. Then the lens flare is cropped so the light source is not in the photo, and most don't know they've been fooled. Oh, is that what he's saying? Okay. All right. Right. So, what he's saying is, it's not that the light post was cropped out. It's just a lens flare from the light post that's shown up here. Got it. Yep, that makes a 1,000,000% sense. Okay, so that's what people do. He's right. This right here is a picture of the sun over here. It's a lens flare. They crop out the sun shit, make you think this is the UFO, and then say, hey, we got a UFO, when in fact it's just a reflection, a lens flare from the sun. Got it. Same thing with this one. So it's a lens flare from this that is nearby. Got it. That is great. All right, now that is a good debunk. But it's most likely the answer. I would say 95%. But it's still not perfect. But I see what he's saying. There's no proof of that, though. It's not debunked, to be honest. It's not debunked. Because to debunk that properly, you need to have the original photo, show me the light source at night that is creating this over here. That's a real debunk. Scott can't do that because he can't go down there. But you do the best you can with what you have. And that's what he did. That's a good job. I appreciate that. I'm glad he did get back to me and explained it a little better. Very cool, Scott Brown. He is 100% right. It's amazing what people do in this field. There was a blue fireball caught on several videos. Let's take a look. This was today, just after midnight. And it doesn't say where. Oh, pieces of fireball that exploded while zooming over 3 southern states are being found on the ground. Oh, that's right. They're finding these all over now. It's pretty wild. Oh, that's from April 27th over southwest Mississippi. Let's take a look here. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Don't you just love where we live? Isn't this the greatest planet? And we don't get to see anything. We see zero compared to what's out there. Ah, it's beautiful. One more time for S&Gs. Sheets and geeks. Man, that's a good one. Boom! And it explodes. Sound, shockwave. Nice. Love this planet. It's so cool to live here, isn't it? It is. It's the greatest place on Earth. Never mind. It doesn't make sense. Hold on a second. There. Oh, okay. Oh, man. Wow. This might be interesting. This was sent from Brian Kegler. Let's see if I could use
I think Geller is a magician. It's a trick. Spoon bending is a bunch of...
Oh, about Uri Geller. Let's move right into it. Because, we were talking about a little bit of David Wilcock because of what Cambion did tonight. Uri Geller was first delivered to the American public back in the early 80s when he was on Johnny Carson talking about his boon spending, his spoon bending. Yeah, here we go.
Baloney, you say otherwise.
Yeah, well, I've actually described this
John
to
Alexander.
the amusing Randy, who said that would be $1 million. But of course, it wasn't
Your mother's got 19 legs. Hold on a second. Oh, I always hit the wrong one. Like a schmohawk. There we go.
on demand. We were in the U.S. Capitol. There was a skip.
A skip.
Can we just look at this place? Holy mackerel. My goodness. What a southwestern Hopi looking tribal alien room. I mean, you've got the Cocapelli over here. I think that's the trickster right there. Isn't it him? No? We've got Mayan masks. We've got magic mirror on the wall. We've got, the eyes of a stranger. And then in the middle of everything, we've got a grandfather clock. And I hope that's from the early 1700s. Because if it's early 2000s, it needs to be removed.
If being a
Sorry, I just talked about nothing. All right, let's go a little forward. He's talking about the bending the spoon trick, and he's going to do it.
like that. But just like this thing bent,
Let's
so
take a
they had
look.
to, this spoon actually came from a guard's coffee cup outside. And I was sitting at about the distance we are now, very close, because I suspected this might happen. And he goes like this, not like that, but just like, and this thing bent some. And then he put it on the chair, the back of the chair next to him, went on talking. And as he did that, this continued to bend. And then it fell on the floor and ended up in my pocket.
How does that work? I mean,
I have no idea.
it's real though.
That's what the book is about
Wait, he thinks it's real? He thinks that it's real? Dr. John Alexander was a Special Forces combat commander during the Vietnam conflict, rose to the rank of lieutenant colonel in Army intelligence, and worked directly with the Army's remote viewing program to train psychic soldiers. He created an internal Pentagon program to locate UFO documents and witnesses. Later, Dr. Alexander served as director of non-lethal weapons research at Los Alamos National Lab, was a consultant to businessman Robert Bigelow in the creation of NIDS, which investigated UFOs, animal mutilation, skinwalker cache, and survival of consciousness after death. Dr. Alexander has written several books about modern warfare, UFOs, and paranormal mysteries, and in recent years has traveled the globe investigating psychic healing, shamanic experiences, and altered states of consciousness. This is part 1 of 5. He talks about Uri Geller at the start of a wide-ranging conversation with investigative reporter George the Mentor Knapp. This was previously unaired and recorded on October 20th, 2017 at his home in Vegas, Las Vegas.
these things.
So he believes in Uri Geller? Reality denied. So first-hand experiences with things that can't happen, but did. All right, I'll put the link to that in the show description. I can't play too much of it. You know why. Let's go here. Let me take a look real quick.
Fact that he had lost back in Florida, and they're in Palo Alto.
In the vicinity of Uri, when he does the things that he does, however it works, other weird stuff has been known to happen. Things appear and
Yeah.
All right. It's all trickery. This is why David Wilcock has a following. This is why people like Uri Geller can make it as a fake psychic. There's gullible people born every minute. Look, I want to believe in it. I enjoy the entertainment value, and that's it. Just as much as I like watching Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters or any other paranormal show out there that's trying to find the truth to what we do here. Unidentified, unexplained, unsolved mysteries, and so on. There's countless TV shows depicting people doing strange things we can't explain. It doesn't mean we can't explain them. It just means they're unexplained right now. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of this stuff is magic, if not all of it. Now, I can't say all of it. There's some validity to it, I would think. And I didn't think John Alexander... Now, John Alexander's been in this field way longer than me, and he's got a lot more connections than I'll ever have. So maybe he's come across people, that have the abilities to do these things. But to say Uri Geller is legit when he's been proved to be a fraud, that's downright irresponsible, if you ask me. That is irresponsible of Alexander. Why even mention Uri Geller? If there's a lot of other people out there with claims and proven to you, without a shadow of a doubt, that they have telekinesis abilities, the power to bend spoons, the power to read your mind, show me them. Show me those people instead of the same frauds who everybody thinks is real. It's just amazing to me. This is why Sylvia Brown did so well. This is why John Edward does so well. He's the biggest JG connection guy out there. They all say, I'm getting a JG connection, because those are the two most commonly used letters for names, I think mainly for men and women. I was going to say just men, but then I changed my mind halfway through that. For men and women. Yep. Both sexes. It's only two. You can identify as anything you want, but there's only two sexes. And I'm not getting into it. My show. Don't want to talk about it. What are we doing in this world? I'm going to show you this video. Evidence shows that a mysterious death in the UK is linked to alien abduction. Some of you may know this story. It's from 1980. It's a really good story. I will play. It's from Quest TV. But this story is very well known. But if you haven't seen it, there's a guy who was found dead near some railroad tracks, as if his body was just placed there. No tracks, tire tracks, no footprints, no foul play. Matter of fact, the coroner said couldn't determine how this person died. Yet there were some marks on his body that looked like there were incisions made that were actually repaired. There was a substance that was put on those cuts that, when analyzed, apparently it was substance that doesn't come from this planet. They couldn't identify it. I don't know if that has anything to do with the body decomposition, decomposing. I don't know if that ruined it, but I'll try not to play the same thing I just said. But there he is, laying on the ground, just like laying there, like he was playing. So here we have somebody who's credible in the eyes of the public, my eyes too. The guy seems like he's just a regular guy, just trying to survive life, and comes upon this light in the middle of the road, shines a bright light at him, and see, this is what's missing in my life. This happens in my dreams, but it doesn't happen in my reality. Nor should it. I mean, really, right? Oh my God. What do we got? Some super chats? I saw a big one in there. $42? Who was that? I'll pull it up here. Let's see. You got it? Michael R27. Hey, Michael, thank you. A continuing supporter of Goof on $42. Oh, $420. Nice. With the little extra zero, a decimal point. Was that an accident? Did you not mean to do that? Let me know. Thank you very much. That is a very nice gesture. And a continuing supporter of Goof On, because it's so nice. Thank you, Michael27, with the $42 super dono. We don't know. If anybody's being abducted. But great support, Chief. Mucho gusto, generoso. Trying to come up with something different every time. Thank you. Grazie. Grazie. Frapsap. $10 says, what's even stranger than what they're saying is that the dead guys, right, yeah, I know. Isn't that wild? Makes you wonder if they're doing some Terminator stuff, looking for the right George Adamski. Maybe, I don't think the guy's name was George, though, but that would be weird. Sarah Connor, give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. But I'm not Sarah. I'm John. Thanks, Frapsap. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto, generoso. That is strange, yep. That is strange. Welcome to Goof On tonight, everybody. I see Lucky Moles made it. Thank you for hanging out. Claudia Rodriguez is here. 12 feet tall. How you guys doing? Tic-tac-toe. What's up? FGraph72. Nice to see ya. And everybody else, thank you for hanging out tonight. Where I am talking about the dangers of an abduction. Now, this isn't anything special or anything new, but there are cases, and obviously this is the hot button topic right now because this is what Lou and the girls are trying to make a very important piece of the abduction scenario. Forget you or I. Forget us. They don't give a shit about the public. They only care about the government. They only care about their friends and family and people that are in the know, in the government, because they don't care about us. If they did, we would have transparency through the yin-yang. And we just found out, I don't remember who it was, at the UK or Germany or somebody just added another 50 years to some evidence that was supposed to be given to us real soon or this year. So they just added another, reclassified it. We're not getting anywhere. It makes me angry. Stories like this, which is, 40 years old, are legit. But it seems like the objects are... Hold on. I don't know if you guys hear that. There's a strange metallic tapping that I've never heard before happening right out there, that window. I can't reach it. If I stand up and reach over, I'll be just too far away. Screw it. You got to break in if you want to come talk to me. They're probably out there. Like some people claim they have aliens outside their windows during their show. Hey, I'm over here. You go back and you look at Communion, that book, that movie, Whitley Strieber and his experience that is really what started all of this crazy talk. And I say crazy, meaning that the aliens have bad intentions talk. It doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it does, because we don't know what kind of propulsion that they're using. But when they come down and they land or get near us, I would think that they would have built craft that don't kill everything in the vicinity with radiation. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm going to play a video in a minute, and then I'm going to go look. The weird thing about this is it sounds more or less like it's us. Like it's man-made. We're using this technology that can use nuclear power. Somehow there's a nuclear reactor. Maybe Bob Lazar, was half right. And maybe they back engineer. But this is 1980, guys. 1980. So that means if they started back engineering stuff back in the late 40s with Roswell, who knows, then, you're looking at 33 years. 47, 57, 67, 77, 33 years. Back then, shouldn't matter what type of technology we had in 47, in 1980, in 2000, and in 2022. It doesn't matter what type of technology we have. We are always going to be in the Stone Age when it comes to back engineering alien technology. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. And the reason I say that, yes, we've gone very far in the last 100 years with technology. There's no doubt about it. But how far have we really come? No. Computing power's fine. I get it. But I guess if you have the computing power, you actually have the power for creating newer things you possibly couldn't have created. And then things that you create other ideas and other things and so on and so forth. I get all that. But we're still using the same materials and nothing's different. Really, what they are trying to get us off, I say this administration, they're trying to get us off fossil fuels, which, anyway, I don't want to get into the wording of fossil fuels and rocks, but because it's not really fossil fuels, in case you haven't heard. Oil does not come from dead animals. Just saying. It does? You mean there's that many dead animals and all their remains and all of the roughage and everything else from millions of years ago that turned to oil? No, it's not. It's in the soil. It's in the rocks. It's in the rocks. Anyway, not to get into that, but we're still in the same technology. Nothing's changed. I don't see anything. If there was anything new, anything worthwhile, I haven't seen it. And when you think about the quality of living, what has gotten better with all the technology that we have now? Convenience. Just the convenience of having a phone. A phone is your camera, your radio, your computer, your phone. And you can do a whole bunch of other things with it, right? It's everything in your hand. But I'm still me. Like, I can't do anything special. Like, I can't teleport. I can't put on something on my head that makes me an artist immediately. Or I'm not able to put something on my head and show up in your home as, a 3D figure walking around. I want that type of technology. I want the technology that the aliens have. And we don't know what that is. Because possibly the aliens don't exist. And they do exist. Sorry, I misspoke. I think they exist or existed. I don't know. All right, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Let's shake this up a little bit. Why are there over 100 crashed cases of UFOs? Crashing. I just said it. Why? Why? Because it's us. We're learning how to fly this stuff, I think. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to integrate with their mind, and it really is kind of like that, what is that show, South Pacific? What is the one where they put their mind with the machine? Pacific Coast? What is that movie? It's a really good one where they get in the machines and they got to fight, those monsters from the portal and the Mariana Trench. That's the technology I'm talking about. I want that technology where I could be a molecule. I could be a cell. I could go in your body, right, with technology and see, things and work on and fix and get rid of things in your body that shouldn't be there. I want that technology. I want to be a camera and go inside your body. I want that. That technology. Where is it? Sure, it's out there. We'll never see it. Why would we ever see it? Don't you think it makes sense that the Illuminati type of people that are running the world would use this technology just to further advance their people? That to me makes sense. That to me, the richest of the rich, the people who run everything, they're the ones getting all this technology. Trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars just for them and their bloodline and their family. They know all the secrets. They're going back and forth. They're to Mars and back, and they're regressing 20 years back into reality. You really think that's what's happening? You think David Wilcock has lived 60 extra years going there and back 2 or 3 times and regressing 20 years? Good Lord, no. No evidence to prove it otherwise. But the blue avions, they're real. Alien abductions. Are they killing you slowly? Are we all being abducted? Why only certain people? I was told I can never be abducted because I'm Italian. Swear to God. Somebody said, they asked me, they go, what? Because this person's been around for 3,000 years, says, what nationality are you, Rich? Italian? I go, yeah, I'm Italian. Full-blooded? I go, as far as I know, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I got Russia in me. I don't know. I got blue eyes. What's your point? Oh, yeah. They would never take an Italian bloodline. Well, thank God for that, Charlie. Any questions for our guest? I mean, why wouldn't they take little old me? Because your bloodline is dirty. Because, Rich, you got heart disease, diabetes, you got memory loss, and Alzheimer's. Same thing. They don't want people with all those problems in the DNA. They want clean DNA. And from what I understand, isn't that blood type R something? Is it RO or something like that? Yeah, you got to have the right bloodline to be part of the alien. And I'm not there. Like other people say, it's a club and I'm not in it. Just like ufology club. But, a lot of people are talking about this consciousness. We're able to reach out to aliens and talk to them. Greer was thought to be a kook all these years, and now Elizondo and the girls are talking about it as if it's a reality. They really are. If you listen. See, that's what I think Lou Elizondo did. I think he went on all these little podcasts and a few large ones and was dropping bombs here, there, over there, little Easter eggs in each show. And if you listen to each of those interviews, it's always something a little different. It's the same, but Lou will say something in one show where, well, I'm able to remote view. You know, he may say that. Then in another show, he'll say, I can't really talk about what I've seen, but let me tell you, I think we might have something in our arsenal. You know, and then he does the tight lip, because that's his sign to let you know he's showing you that something's up. Not being truthful. He always gives those signs. It's a game. And nobody's talking about that but me. Nobody's talking about all the little Easter eggs that Lou's dropped off here and there. He does. He can't tell us everything. Nah, I'm fucking with you. He doesn't know shit. What do you think? You think Lou knows? Lou doesn't know anything. Lou knows nothing. And I don't know why I'm talking about him, but he makes claims, and everybody's making claims now, that we're able to talk to these aliens using telepathy. Who's this? Mr. Brian, member Brian Kegel with a $10, 66 years from the Wright brothers to the moon landing, 1903 to 69. Talked to Greer. He saw limbs regrown through teleportation. He is the doctor. He didn't say he saw it. I don't think he said he saw limbs, but I think there were claims that there's this technology that if you lose a limb, they have the technology to where they can attach something on you, right? Like cyborg type of stuff, and regrow another one? Did he say he saw that? Well, if he did, I need to rewatch that part. You just brought something up. Thank you very much, Brian. That's true. He did. He saw limbs regrown through the teleportation process. I don't think so. Is that what he said? I must have misheard. You just gave me something here. Thank you, by the way. A huge supporter of the show, of course. You know, it's time. It's time right now. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let's not get excited yet. Here we go. Hold on. I have this to play. Because as you know, Above Top Secret, in case you haven't found out, the Cousins Brothers film that has Greer in it is just breaking all sorts of records on Amazon Prime. And if you guys haven't seen the movie, it's really good. There's a lot of stuff in there you may have heard because, you know, as time goes on, things leak out. But the movie's message is one that a lot of people seem to share, this type of ideology in the way things are. I don't think I know Greer's really, you know, on love him or hate him, whatever. The guy did the 2001 Disclosure Project, and that's what I'm going to remember him by. But a lot of stuff that he says, and you'll see, I think that CE5 shit is going to be, it's going to be taken over. It's not going to be called CE5. I think people are going to name it something else so they could use it, but you'll see that people are going to be talking about CE5 more than ever now. And Greer's been laughed at for 20 years. Should he be laughed at? Are abductions real? Are people getting sick and getting cancer or other diseases from being abducted?
Well, you know, one of the things that Carol Rosin, but also 4-star General Wesley Clark remarked on, is that they've seen documents of this long-term strategic defense plan. And they saw in the names of countries back in the 70s and 80s that they didn't even think were even on anyone's radar, that were slated to be invaded and to create wars in. Let's look at what happened. 9/11 happened 20 years ago. And we go into Iraq under completely hoaxed evidence.
Very difficult decision for us to make. No item received more attention, but was of greater concern to us than the possibility that the Iraqi armed forces might use unconventional weapons, or as they are also known, weapons of mass destruction.
Colin Powell's chief of staff has gone on the record saying that it's the biggest mistake of their life, that it turned out that they were set up to go up to the UN and present all these weapons of mass destruction. But who benefited from that? The defense contractors. There were no bid contracts for $150 a gallon for water or fuel to the front lines of the forward operating bases. You have to ask the question, who benefits? People who want to control the population through fear, which leads to war, and people who want to get a lot of money from contracting. It's a very lucrative, the war profiteers and the big trillions of dollars. I mean, we're spending nearly $1 trillion a year now on defense, intelligence, homeland security, all this in the United States. And if you have a budget that big, there's a 20% slush amount. So $1 trillion, couple $100 billion can go into black projects. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. That's the Frankenstein that got created in the post-World War II era that then got up off the table and is stalking the planet. So that's what people have to view it. It really got out of control. And it's been out of control certainly since the Eisenhower time.
It has. Above Top Secret, streaming on a lot of platforms. I'll put the link to that video and also where to get the video. Jordan Stenzel, $20 super chat. Oh, yeah, I don't think I've seen you here before, Jordan. Let's see. Goofon, love your show. Curious on your thoughts of David Jacobs' PhD, work related to alien abduction, and his hypothesis that the purpose of the aliens abduction program is eventual planetary acquisition. I am familiar with David Jacobs, and I don't think that's accurate. But I don't know. You know, a lot of people go missing in this world. And I always wondered if the people that go missing are the ones that were being abducted. Now, I don't know of any relation or hearing anything coming from David Paulides, you know, the missing 411 guy, talking about people who went missing that were alien abductees or known to be abducted by aliens. That's one thing I would like to see explored. Because if that's the case and people are going missing, hunters, people experienced in the woods, people who are in the woods a lot and go hunting can be abducted for an hour and nobody would know. You know, maybe they think they fell asleep and they're like, Jesus, I just fell asleep. What time is it? Wow, I was asleep for 30 minutes. That can happen. Nobody's around. The aliens know it. I don't know. I'm throwing out a lot of stuff out there, but eventual planetary acquisition, I don't think so. If you look at our biology, we're not made for space travel. Maybe we're made for hyperspace travel or portal travel, if that's even a thing. Thank you, Jordan Stenzel. But we aren't, we're not seeing any increased thickness in our skin. You know, do we have extra layers of protection from radiation somehow? Is our blood more, are they changing our blood so, you know, it can withstand the perils of space and no gravity? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think that the aliens are here doing that. If the aliens are here abducting us, they're just doing it. Oh my God, I don't know. Jordan, you asked such a good question, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. What if they're taking our DNA and just cloning it, shooting those off to other planets? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. If that's a possibility, sure. Why not? I don't think we're indigenous to this planet anyway. Close, but our body clock is off. It's more in tune to Mars more than it is here. I mean, we can't even go outside without, we have to, the sun hurts our eyes. We get sunburn after 20, 30 minutes if we're not careful. Some people are really fair skinned, can't even go out in the sun for 10 minutes without protection. That doesn't sound like an indigenous species to me. We don't have hair if we came from chimps. Where's that connection, that missing link? Is it when the Anunnaki came here 12, 15,000 years ago? Is that what we tend to believe? I don't know. There's a lot of things. That's a whole show right there, Jordan. I thought we had another super chat. There was two that came up, one after the other. Let me go back here. There was one right before Jordan. I could have swore. No? No, thank you. I think we already did that. That was Brian Kegler. I checked, and we're good. We're on par. I'm gonna pull this up. Let me get this here. Hold on a second. I know I got dark. I know. Let me open up the bright light over here for me. I always get that. Why do you go dark? All right, hold on. Now, here we go. Your mother's nose. Here we go. Let me pull this up. Cattle mutilations to me. Now, I have been watching crop circles and cattle mutilations since the 80s, man. And we all know that those poor cattle, they get brutalized in a way that you wouldn't think would ever happen to a human. But it has. It has. There have been human mutilations where people have had their anus cored out, their eyeballs removed, laser precision technology to remove parts of their mouth, their organs, other things, the blood siphoned out somehow, doesn't show up where the bodies are found. When you talk about cattle mutilations, they can't find any evidence that people walked up, saddled up this cow, did some operation on it that was pretty thorough and very precise, like with lasers, and then go away in the middle of the night. Nobody knows anything. There's no blood spilled. You know what I mean? These bodies, these cattle bodies, have been seen floating in the sky. No doubt. No, they haven't been. They weren't. I'm joking. But the weird thing about these cattle, there's no evidence that people pick them up and take them to other places and then come back and drop them off. What has happened? These bodies are picked up, brought up into the spaceship, worked on, and then they figured about 40 feet up or so that the cattle is dropped out of the UFO onto the ground. And many times, more times than not, the ribs on one side of the cattle are broken. Couple of ribs. Why? It's as if they're being dropped out of a helicopter or a UFO. And they're just dropping them off on the ground where in the vicinity they roam, you know? It's what's happening. It happens to people. And there's cases. Are you familiar with the Dyatlov Pass? Remember that one? Where those hikers in Russia were all murdered, basically, and there was no evidence of anything out there that was following them. Oh, man, that is such a crazy story, too. I'm not going to get into a whole show about that, but check this out. This is called The Body on the Reservoir. But this has to go with a bunch of stories about aliens and cattle mutilations and human mutilations.
1994. The coroner's report and accompanying photographs were somehow leaked to the press, and low-key reports appeared in various newspapers and publications over the next few weeks. Someone, possibly working in government, had thought this case so disturbing that they had broken their silence and pushed the information out into the public domain.
They thought these 7 people that were hiking at the Dyatlov Pass over in Russia thought that there was something out to get them. And when you read the reports, it's almost as if they were hallucinating, because hypothermia set in. And when that does, people who are out in the cold and start getting hypothermia, they start feeling hot and they start taking off their clothes. And they found a couple of the bodies were naked. One of the victims looked like they were running or something. It looks like their tongue was removed, I believe. It is one of the most craziest cases you'll ever hear about. It looked like that they cut a hole at the opposite end of their tent because maybe something was coming in through the opening of the tent and they tried getting out the other end. But there was no signs that there was anything or anyone chasing them.
Examining the rest of the body, investigators found that the armpits had each been punctured by a single hole, around 1.5 inches in diameter.
That's where lymph nodes are.
Similar holes were found elsewhere on the legs and arms, where it was discovered that flesh, including entire muscles, had been extracted. These apertures were all uniform in terms of size and the way in which they had been inflicted. In instances where there were 2 holes on opposite sides of the body, such as those located in the armpits and limbs, they were found to be symmetrically aligned with each other. When the coroner attempted to inspect the state of the victim's internal organs, he was shocked to find that these had been removed too. The liver, kidneys, stomach, large and small intestines and pancreas were all missing, and the chest and stomach had shrunk and sunken inwards as a result.
Come on.
However, there was no incision in the abdomen besides another small hole where the navel should have been, similar in size to the...
That's come on, man. I guess if you're using some sort of vacuum, you could suck out this stuff. Man, sounds crazy, but it's true, man. It's true. Even though the body had been covered with vultures when it was first discovered, there were no signs to indicate that they had fed on the flesh or entrails. Well, that's weird. The most disturbing aspect of this case, however, was the fact that the toxicology report shows no signs of anesthesia, these poor people, or an accompanying paralyzing agent having been administered at the time these injuries were inflicted. So either they were knocked out or they went through the pain of this operation that was... This determined that the individual had been fully conscious during the entire procedure and must have been paralyzed by some other means. Ah, man, that's unbelievable. Indeed, when the cranial cavity was opened, the coroner's report listed 2 items. An unimpaired skull cap, meaning the cranium was otherwise undamaged, and signs of a cerebral edema. And that is The presence of a cerebral edema without accompanying trauma to the skull is indicative of an agonizing death. Ugh. Poor people, man. Roughly translated, this means that the victim died of cardiorespiratory arrest brought on by extreme pain. Doesn't get any worse. This is just this is not part of the Dyatlov Pass. This is just some guy who was like a cattle, mutilated like an animal. He frequently visited the reservoir to fish, and he had been reported missing 3 days prior to his body being discovered. And police found his clothes hidden in the woods on the opposite bank, suggesting that he'd taken them off and then swam 80 meters to the other side for a more lucrative fishing spot. Naked? He'd been taking Gadernal for the epilepsy, and authorities initially believed that he had mixed alcohol with his medication, and that this resulted in him experiencing a strong reaction, collapsing and dying after such a strenuous swim. Yeah, and then he operated on himself and took out his organs. Idiots. They believed that his body was then preyed upon by scavengers, such as rats, insects, and vultures, and that his injuries were a combination of decomposition and animal predation post-mortem. Predation. It's a word I don't see that often. The victim had not been dead long enough for natural decomposition of the suggested magnitude to have taken place, nor had enough time passed in order for animals to have eaten the amount of flesh and organs that were now missing. Yeah, because they were taken. Add to this the fact that there were no signs of predation even having occurred. There were no bite marks or telltale signs that they're usually left by the beaks of carrion birds. All right, we get it. They're stating the man died of natural causes attributed to his illness and lifestyle choices. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. I tell you, I wish I was abducted. I used to wish it all the time. But damn it, what a risk, right? You don't know. You know, be careful what you wish for, Rich. You may never come back. Hey, Ricardo Jimenez, $2. Happy Taco Tuesday, everyone. There we go. Thank you very much. A continuing supporter of Taco Tuesday, Ricardo Jimenez. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Grazie. Grazie. Taco Tuesday. Nah, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, Taco Tuesday. I think I'm down. I think I'm down for that. All right. Let's do this. Something strange is happening in America. Signs from the heavens. All right, we're going to play this video up and down for a minute. We're straddling the last 30 minutes of tonight's show, or less. This is from Anonymous Official. Fair use for educational purposes.
Our top story today, many people say they woke up to a loud, inexplicable noise.
On Monday morning, eyewitnesses in Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi reported seeing a bright fireball and hearing loud.
There was a loud, monstrous boom and streaking fireballs, stirring panic in 3 U.S. states, fucker. I'm sorry.
Booms in their area.
Why can't I?
It's the fireball seen around central Mississippi.
NASA says it's very rare for a meteor of this size to come over southwest Mississippi.
Is it?
More people heard the loud boom. Wow. NASA says the loud boom came from the shock waves produced by the 1-foot rock breaking apart, which equaled 3 tons of dynamite. It was 90 pounds, and it moved southwest at a speed of 5,500 miles per hour, faster than any spacecraft.
At its peak, the fireball was over 10 times brighter than a full moon.
So a lot
People
of
from
these
half a
things.
dozen counties in south central Indiana heard the boom. It was captured around 12:45 on a camera.
You know, I want to talk for a minute about these booms. Whoa, hey, blurry me. Boop, boobity, 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 boobity. That's supposed to help, somebody told me, and it usually does. See? Watch. I'm just joking. A lot of booms being heard. This has been going on roughly since 2015, like hardcore. A lot of these booms. And it started, I'd say it started in Russia, but it seemed to start around the time when in Russia, because that's the law, it's mandatory to have a dash cam on in your vehicle in Russia. So I think because of that, we started seeing more of those fireballs entering the atmosphere from Russia. I used to say it a lot. Everything seems to go near Russia for some reason. Well, I think that's why. But now that more people are using dash cam videos and doorbell cam videos and, of course, CCTV cameras and things like that, we have a record number of people and cameras watching the skies. So what the hell? It's as if the Earth is going through a part of the galaxy, the solar system, whatever, where there's a lot of rocks. Are we in the tail of something, you know, maybe a super ginormous meteor or something like that, a comet? I don't think so. I just think that the solar system, the universe, is filled with little rocks all over the place, and we see them in the atmosphere more than ever. I don't think it's that abnormal, but it just seems like there has been an uptick in the last 5 years. And I think it has to do with the availability of the cameras, but it hasn't slowed down. It's continued.
The U.S. Geological Survey reports no earthquake activity in Indiana for the past 24 hours happened either.
Seismologists at Indiana University picked up what they're calling a significant pulse of seismic energy around 12:44 yesterday afternoon. The American Meteor Society also took 2 reports of meteor sightings. One.
Hey, and if you think about the Earth as a whole, think about how much pressure is under our feet at all times with the plate tectonics. You know, you got one continent going over another one going under a continent. You got 2 of them meeting, creating these huge mountains in the ocean. There's so much pressure that I think what we get is a little bit of buckling from that. Like if you throw a rock on a placid lake and the ripples go outward. I think that's the same with the Earth. Like there's little pops of rocks, you know, and pressure just giving out, and you get that reverberal effect going through the Earth, and you get these sonic booms maybe. I'm not sure, but a lot of people like to think that they're building tunnels. They're detonating bombs right underneath us to create these tunnels. I'm not so sure. But there's a lot of shit going on that we don't know about or will ever know about. And not only that, there could be stuff that's happening 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles away. And that sound could be somehow, you know, reflecting off the atmosphere or ricocheting off clouds. Who the hell knows? But when there's flashes, and then there's booms, and it's not a meteor, well, then it's got to be fireworks, right? Who's going to admit to that? And in these states, in Indianapolis, Arkansas, Idaho, Iowa, it's a little boring out in those areas from what I hear. I could see how fireworks and M80s and blockbusters would be really fun to let off in the middle of the night. Hold on. Oh, looks like somebody left Brian Kegler with a $20 PayPal, bro. Come on, man. You didn't have to do that. It's just like huge support from Mr. Brian Kegler. Thank you very much. Again, I appreciate that like you wouldn't believe. Because we are a donation-supported show. Of course, you can become a member at GoFund or Patreon or all that other Sean. Do it. Become a member. Don't miss anything. All right. Thanks, Brian. Seriously. At the beginning of the show, I was going to say maybe I'll open up the invite and have some people come on. I'm going to do something different. Not now. On another night. Maybe Friday. Maybe have an abduction panel. You know, maybe if anybody wants to talk about their abductions, I'll open up. We'll do open lines maybe Friday. And when I say open lines, I'll put the invite in the chat room if you want to join. Don't have to use the camera. You know, you can just come on here and tell your story. I prefer if we get news stories. I know some people have chimed in before. But, you know, we're always looking for news stories and new adventures to talk about. So if anybody Friday night wants to come on, we'll do that if I remember. I'll set it up. Don't worry about it. That's it for tonight. We're going to cut out of here. I want to thank Coraland for your awesome work here in StreamYard. And the other moderators and super chatters, super sticker donators. And thank you very much for your support and giving your time to goof on to help this show run smoothly. Lord knows it wouldn't without you. And thank you very much to the newcomers. Lots of newcomers. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight, giving the show a chance. A lot of good things are going to be happening. You know, it seems like we're in a slow period right now, but I've got some videos I've already finished and just didn't put up yet. Don't ask me why. Sometimes I'll make a video and then watch it and not like it, and then I have to convince myself to put it up. So expect to see those. But thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I don't know if I'm going on a show tomorrow. I don't know. I hope somebody sends me a reminder that I am. But Thursday we'll be on Black Lotus Productions. And Friday, Alien Addict. And I think Saturday, I'm not sure if it's the Josh and Artemis show, but if it isn't, that's okay too. I think I'm going on somebody else's show. Anyway, you know what we do. We're Truthology for ufology, baby. Have a good night. See ya.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it downward treasured sites in Christianity?
UFO, a form of bright light, is descending over the dome.